What's up, everybody? Back again with another weekend video of things that I found. Went to a lot of tag sales, estate sales, garage sales, flea markets, thrift stores, just everything. I picked up a lot of stuff. I want to say, out of everything that I'm about to show you, I spent 46 bucks, and it was awesome. Nothing major, no major scores, no major titles, or that one diamond in the rough that, hard to find, but a lot of good stuff. So let's jump right into it. So went to an estate sale, and my dad likes to collect comic books, so I got him Superman number 229. It's got a little bit of damage in the back here. It's ripped. There's some writing on it, but my dad doesn't care. Another one, Action Comics. This one's actually in better shape. It's a little fray on the side here, but that's okay. There's no writing in it. We checked it out. This comic book's only like $4. But again, my dad likes to collect it. And it's from the 1960s, so that's always cool to have. Again, these books were, I think, $1 or $2 each. Next, in the same house, I was able to find this. This isn't really in my realm. This is a little bit out of my comfort zone, but it was only a few bucks, so I didn't leave it. I picked it up, but it's Charles Dickens, David Copperfield. I wish it was hardcover, but it's soft. But I'm actually going to read this book. I know this is one of the greats, so we'll see. This was also like $2. Let's see. I picked up a lot of movies. Dollar movies, three movies for $2. So let's see what I got here. All different garage sales and stuff, but we got Space Jam, because how can you not like Bugs Bunny and Michael Jordan? Sweeney Todd with Johnny Depp. Masters and Commander, Russell Crowe. This is sealed still, so that's kind of cool. Schwarzenegger, The Last Stand. This is a cool movie. I like this one. Blu-ray. Blades of Glory, because who doesn't like Will Ferrell on a pair of ice skates? Adventures in Babysitting. This was one of my favorites when I was a kid. The Nightmare Before Christmas, because everyone should have this in their collection. And then lastly, but not leastly, I got Friday the 13th parts 1 and 2. So these are cool. I've been on a real slasher kick lately, so we will be watching that soon. Alright, next, what do we got here? Oh, I got this at the flea market. Nope, I'm sorry, I lied. I got this at the thrift store. I'm a sucker for crappy NASCAR games, so I got NASCAR 2001 for PS2. I've got NASCAR games for PS2, Saturn, NES. I don't have any for Genesis. I don't know if they make them, but I got it for N64 also. I've got like 8 or 9 of them, so they're always fun to play. Wii, I have 2 for Wii. Let's see. We also got Final Fantasy 9 for PS1. Greatest hits. I kind of wish it wasn't the greatest hits, only because I feel like they just make these just because the games kind of sold well and they were out of print. They stopped printing it, and then people were looking for it, and then they said, well, let's make it greatest hits because it kind of was a good game. So all the discs are there. Disc 1 could use a refinish, but I'm not going to complain. Final Fantasy. This is my first one. Then we have for Wii, Link's crossbow training. I like Zelda. I'm a huge Zelda fan. I haven't played all the games, mainly because I never had the systems when I was growing up, but I have them now, so I will be playing. So I had to get it for my Wii collection. And then we also have Kingdom of Hearts. Now this game pisses me off only because it's missing the manual. Now I can go on eBay and look for a manual, and they have them there, but they're like $15, $18. The game's only valued at about $15 anyway, so I'm not gonna spend as much money for a manual as the game's valued. It doesn't make sense. So this game, Link, Final Fantasy, and I also got this game, Dungeons and Dragons, Warriors of the Eternal Sun for Sega Genesis. I'm looking for a box and manual on this, so if anybody has leads, let me know. They're obviously on eBay. Again, the box and manual go for it as much as the game is valued. I think it's like a $30, $35 game. Box and manual goes for $25 or $30. I think I saw. Again, not really worth it to me. But I'm going to hold on to this because I am going to play it. And I've never played it before. So we're going to have some fun with it. Okay, and then lastly, it wasn't, like I said, it was a good day. I spent $40 on all this stuff. I picked up a couple of other things that are not in the video, only because I got them for my dad, and he already put them in the wash. But I ended up picking up a copper container. He's a big fan of like all these jars and stuff. So this is about 6 or 7 inches by, I don't know, 4 or 5 inches diameter copper. It has a little plaque on the front. It says sugar. There's a copper top. You can see parts of it were turning green, so that's cool. So I got that for him. I also picked up a magazine that had Laney McDonald on the front from the Calgary Flames back in the 70s and early 80s. It had some write-ups about my favorite hockey team, so I picked that up. And I actually picked that up, the 2 comic books, the Charles Dickens book, and a pair of airline wings that they give to the kids when they walk onto the plane. Well, they used to anyway, for $7. So I wasn't complaining. Okay, this next stuff is, I got this from a spot, a yard sale that we just went on a whim. I spent $8 and I was able to get these 2 things. The guy said that this might not work. Check it out. But I really feel like it needs a cleaning. But I picked up a PS2 Slim. If we open it, it's a little dusty. It's got like crap in there and whatever. But I'm not gonna take this apart. I'm gonna blow it out. I'm gonna clean all the contacts, put it back together, see if it works. If it works, I got a PlayStation for $5. If it doesn't, I have a paperweight for $5. I'll just put it in the pile of the non-working crap. And I also picked up this for a few bucks. So I'm gonna go $5 for this, $3 for the PlayStation. But I got Treasure Planet for Game Boy Advance, and it is sealed. I got a buddy that likes sealed games, so maybe I'll donate this to the cause. It was only $5. Maybe he's got something, but we'll see. Cheapy. Alright, that's it for the pickups, but I ended up picking up something on eBay during the week that it came today. This game was valued about $25 as per the website. I picked it up for $12.50, but for the NES I got Swords and Serpents. This is a role-playing game. I've never played it, but I will be adding it to my collection. And the best part about this game is it is complete. It has the cartridge, which is actually in really good shape, and the manual. It's one of those big manuals. It's got a fold here, A little rip over here, but no big deal. For 30 or 35 years old, I am not complaining. So I just have to get more plastic sleeves to put these things in. I am running out. So that's it. Short and sweet video. Do I have anything else? Nothing? I got nothing. I thought I had more stuff. I guess not. Alright, so anyway, those were my pickups for the weekend and / week. I'm actually going to probably be watching some movies today because there is no NASCAR on TV. Boo-hoo. So I'll probably end up watching Space Jam and Nightmare on Elm Street. Or no, Nightmare Before Christmas. Because I haven't seen that in probably 20 years. So those were my pickups for the week. Now, I'm sure people who watch my videos have been watching everybody else's videos. You have to, when you get to these places, you have to ask questions. If you see one video game, chances are they might have more. If you don't see any video games, it doesn't cost anything to ask. Usually if you see a lot of electronics, TVs, radios, CD players, wires, stuff like that, maybe they have something. Or if you see somebody that's, you know, your age, presuming you're into mid to late 30s, they might have something that they haven't put out yet, or they say, oh, maybe it's not worth anything, so I'm not going to put it out. But if you ask, chances are they might have something. You know, or if you just see one game, hey, do you have any more? You got any more games maybe somewhere else I'm not seeing? Or, you know, and chances are they say, oh yeah, they're under the table over there, go check it out in the box. Or, you know what, let me run inside, let me see if I have more. Sometimes they come out with stuff, sometimes they don't. But it doesn't cost anything to ask. Also, know your prices. Know your prices, because sometimes these people think, oh well, video games are hot right now, so I'm going to charge a lot of money for this because it's a video game. But they have an Atari 2600 with Asteroids and E.T., which are both $3 games, and an Atari, you could probably pick one up for anywhere between 30 and 50 bucks, but they're charging 120 because, oh, they think video games are hot. Know your prices. Also, it doesn't cost to haggle anything. If you see something that you, on anything, not just a game, but if you see anything that you think you might want for the house or for yourself, or maybe to even flip, if they're asking $10, oh, I'm asking $10 for this. Well, would you take 5? Maybe if it's later in the day, maybe they will. They don't want to pack it up again. I wouldn't want to pack it up. But maybe they want to just get rid of it. If I can get $5, I get $5 for it. You know, maybe they'll count it. So, you know what, can you do 8? Now, I would have been comfortable paying 10, but I'd rather pay 8 because then I could take that $2 and use it for something else. Doesn't cost anything to haggle, but you have to haggle within reason. If someone's asking 100, it happened yesterday. Somebody had about 10 or 12 games. They had an Atari 2600 in the box, and they were asking $100. Now, I only went out with $100. I didn't want to spend more than that. Now, that was the third house that we went to. If I would have bought that Atari with all those games, I would have spent my entire bankroll for the day, and I wouldn't have had any of this because that was the second house that I went to, or third house. Was it a good deal? Probably. It was definitely lower than retail, because I know Atari 2600s with like 1 or 2 games go for $99 at a store. So was it a good deal? Yes. Was it a deal for me? No. I would have been happy paying 50 to 65 bucks for that. If she would have came at me with 65, I would have counted at 50, and I would have spent it, and I would have gladly handed her 50 bucks and left with all those games and an Atari. But I'm not in the market for an Atari, so for me it wasn't I had to get it. If I saw a stack of Nintendo games and she was asking $100, I probably couldn't get my wallet out fast enough. But again, you have to know your prices, know what you can spend, especially if you're trying to flip games. The profit margin on that probably would have been $30. Worth it after eBay fees and all that crap and shipping and going through the hassle of packing it up and making sure that the customer's happy? Probably not. For $60, I would have kept it. I would have thrown it on the shelf and waited till I got my TV stand and played it. You know, they make wireless controllers, I think, now for it. So, or they have old wireless controllers. I would have gotten one of those and I would have played the damn thing. But that's another thing. But those couple tips that I've used, that I've heard other people talk about. So I've used those tactics and they've worked. Sometimes they worked last week with me. Guy was asking $75 for a lot of games, of the Game Gear games, and I told him I liked 40 was better for me. He came back at 50. I thought he was going to come back at 60 or 65, but he came back at 50. I was comfortable paying 50. I was comfortable paying 60. But 50 was better. I had $10 to spend on something else later in the day. So, something to work on, something to look forward to. Today's Sunday, the 23rd, 4th, 5th. I don't know. I'm shot. But it's the last weekend in August, I believe. I'll probably upload this in about 5 minutes. But there you go. All right. Until next week. See you later, guys. Happy hunting.